This is a $3,000 setup, top tier sight, perfectly stabilized and tuned, shooting some of the best arrows that money can buy. You know what it guarantees me come hunting season? Absolutely nothing. Look, I get it, gear is fun, it's measurable, you can buy it with a credit card. But if you're standing in the aisle of SCHEELS or scrolling through SCHEELS.com trying to buy your way into confidence, as great as that is, I want to stop you right there, because the truth is, it won't control your breathing for you. It won't carry you over the next ridge. The most important piece of gear that you're ever going to bring into the woods is you. Here's the first thing that you're going to have to accept. Bow hunting shouldn't be a hobby you pull off the shelf in September, put away when and if you tag out. The decisions you make in the off season dictate your success during the season. And the biggest mistake I see people make in the summer, they treat their bow like a tool they only use at the archery range. If that's you, you're behind. I keep my bow and target with me as often as I can so that when I have a spare few minutes on any given day, I can throw a target out, get some reps in. Whether you have space in your yard to shoot, or maybe a piece of public, or you might even have a room in your house you can shoot from a couple yards away to build that muscle memory. Why? Because your bow needs to become an extension of your body. My goal is to draw my bow every day. Does that always happen? No, but to me, it's about doing the little things right as often as you can. Teaching my body that this posture is home. When you eliminate the friction of having to go to the range just to touch your bow, your confidence doubles before you ever fire a single arrow. And I know what you're saying. I don't have access to a range or property where I can shoot every day. That's fine. Here's the cheapest and easiest way to replicate shooting your bow if you don't have access to a spot to shoot every day. Find a pole or something to tie the band around and hold up the weight with your bow hand and draw the exercise band back and hold. And hold, and hold some more. This will build muscles in both your bow arm and your draw arm. And to balance things out, it's not a bad idea to do the same thing with your offhand. Just make that full draw position feel like home for your body. When you do get to go to the range and practice, stop shooting 60 arrows until your shoulders burn and your form breaks down. That isn't practice. That's just making yourself tired. That's for the gym. If you want to replicate a high stress hunt, you need to structure your practice differently. The first drill I do is called the 1 arrow drill. In the woods, you don't get a warm-up set. You get one shot, completely cold, often when you're stiff and shivering. The first arrow of your practice day is the only one that truly matters. Wherever that arrow lands, track it. That's your baseline, and that's what you should be working to improve every single session. If your absolute maximum distance for a consistent group is 20 yards, then 20 yards is your universe. Own it. Be proud of it. That means you get to get in close, which is exciting. True confidence is knowing your exact limitations when the adrenaline hits. We guide people through this every single day, and the hardest decision you have to make right now isn't choosing how many pins your sight has or what release you should use. The decision you need to make is to commit to a standard of personal readiness. The second drill I like to practice with is called blank bailing. You stand 3 feet from the target, close your eyes, draw, anchor, and feel the surprise of the release. Trust me, it sounds scarier than it is. That's why you stand so close. You don't give your body the chance to miss. By removing your eyes, you remove the anxiety of aiming. It doesn't matter where you hit for this drill. The purpose is for your brain to focus entirely on the physical feeling of a clean surprise break. The third drill I have for you is to practice being comfortable in uncomfortable situations. In the field, there isn't a line you get to stand over that gets you perfectly lined up with a target exactly 50 yards away. You have to be able to move, adapt, and shoot in any situation nature throws at you. That could be kneeling, sitting, or even elevated. Practice how you play. If you hunt from a tree stand, practice from a tree stand. If you hunt in thick cover, practice with tight shooting lanes. If you hunt steep country, practice shooting from extreme angles. The point is, be prepared. When you draw on that animal, it shouldn't be the first time you've shot in that position. If you've practiced this, you can relax and know that you've made that shot before. The last drill I practice involves controlling your breathing and heart rate. Do 20 jumping jacks, run a sprint, or do some step-ups. Honestly, anything to get your heart rate up. Then take a couple of deep breaths, try and slow it back down. Draw your bow, settle your pin, and try and fire it slow, controlled shot. Then do it again, and do it again. It gets harder before it gets easier. If you only practice in a perfectly calm scenario, you're setting yourself up for a difficult shot when that animal steps out. Teach your body how to calm itself down under stress. And that's why we do what we do here. We aren't interested in just selling you a bunch of gear and wishing you luck. We want to help you build a routine that gives you confidence when you step into the woods. We want to walk through the successes and failures right beside you because we're doing the exact same thing on our own time. So here's your homework for the week. Put the phone down, put on your boots, go shoot your bow. Start building that preparation today.